Oh, squeaky chair. Hi guys. So, sorry it's been a little while, and the reason why I had a tiny little break was because I've gone back to work and I've just needed a bit of time just to focus on getting back into a routine with work. Doesn't mean I don't have time to make videos. I've got plenty of time to make videos. I just needed some time just to kind of like relieve myself from a bit of stress and have a bit of me time, just so my mental health doesn't get too affected. So I'm back making another Mia Watches Movies review. So today's video is on this film, which is the very famous film Parasite. Parasite is a black comedy thriller which tells the story of a poor family who scam a wealthy family into employing all of them for very personal positions, such as a tutor, a driver, and a housemaid. The wealthy family do not know that they've all employed members of the same family, nor do they understand just how rough the family live. The plot then thickens and suddenly becomes a lot more cynical and frightening as they realise a lot is going on within the wealthy family's home, in which they are unaware of. So Joon-Ho is the writer and director of this film, and he has proven that he is so talented at his art form. This film absolutely changed cinema history because it was the first film to win an Academy Award for Best Picture. That was an international film, which is so impressive. Also, can we just take a moment for Bong Joon-ho's response when he won that award?
Mom, and think that 미국에 할리우드가 있듯이 한국엔 충무를 하는 미국에 할리우드가 있듯이 한국엔 충무를 하는
It was the most cutest and heartwarming thing ever. I genuinely felt so pleased for him. So Parasite is an extremely entertaining film. It's a black comedy thriller, but the comedy in it is so clever. I really enjoyed just kind of seeing this fresh kind of take on humour and a fresh take on this kind of genre as well. Also, the comedy is never at any point offensive to anyone's working class or living condition, but as the plot thickens, this humour kind of goes and the film becomes a lot more serious. But this still really worked. It kind of just proves that this little scam that the poor family are playing on the wealthy family is no longer a joke, and they have buried their graves kind of a bit too deep this time, and they're in a situation that is not going to be very easy to get out. And as an audience member, you kind of cannot wait for this all to kind of like come out, and it's very entertaining when it does. I also found this film quite spooky because as the film gets a bit more serious, you kind of realise that the situation they're in could actually be a real situation to happen to you. And then you start getting freaked out about being in your own household. Something that I noticed about this film that was done really well and kind of made me like reflect was different perspectives of the working class. So for example, when a rainstorm happens, the wealthier family kind of look outside and think it's really peaceful and they really enjoy looking at the rain. Whereas a kind of poorer family, and even worse than the poorer family, like people living in like kind of like a slum kind of condition, they see a rainstorm as a threat that their whole kind of home will be flooded and their whole town will be flooded. And that is so kind of like hard hitting. It makes you think next time you see a rainstorm just how lucky that you have a roof over your head. And I kind of like the message that Bong Joon-ho was kind of trying to show in that perspective. Another thing that was done quite clever in this film was the use of metaphors. So the character Kevin is absolutely obsessed with metaphors. He keeps on saying, oh, that could be a metaphor, this is a metaphor.
야, 이거 진짜 상징적인 거네.
At the beginning of the film, Kevin gets given a rock, which seems quite random, but his best friend that gives it to him says that this brings wealth, and that also just kind of like foreshadows what's going to happen for the family with this wealthy family when they come across them. I'd say overall the film Parasite just restores my faith in modern cinema. Unlike other modern films I've recently seen, this film does not spoon feed you information. It treats the audience member like the intellectual people they actually are. It has subtle but incredible use of cinematography. It doesn't have to tell you what's going on, you can see it. The acting acting in this film is also kind of plays a huge part in leaving it up to the audience, because just from a facial expression you can see what the characters are feeling and their opinions towards something. The story of Parasite honestly left me breathtaking. It's an incredible piece of storytelling. It's something that I've never actually seen before. It is totally like fresh. Also, with every viewing of Parasite that I have, to me the film just keeps getting better and better and better. I enjoy it every single time I see it even more, and I also pick up on small details that I missed than the previous viewing. And when the film does that to you, you can tell that the people that have made the film have put so much thought and love and passion into this one. And you can tell that they are really into their art form. So without a doubt, I have to give Parasite 5 popcorns out of 5. It really deserved every award it ever won, and I cannot wait to watch it again. It's one of those films that I could just watch it over and over again. Also, before I answer a question of the day, I would just like to take a moment to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. I now have over 100 subscribers on my Mia Watches Movies YouTube channel. Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever get to that amount of subscribers after like 2 months of creating videos. So thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed and shared my channel. Also, thank you so much to everyone that has given me shout outs. Honestly, it's meant so much, and when I realise that I get a shout out, I'm like, thank you. Okay, now I'm into question of the day. Today's question comes from the Instagram account TCS Levitz. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but their question to me is, can you show us your Blu-rays and DVDs? Of course I can. I'm actually thinking about creating one whole video on my current collection. These are a mix of Blu-rays and DVDs, and now I'm getting a few 4Ks in now as well, so it's kind of like a mix. It's not the most tidiest collection in the world, but it's still a collection, so I am hoping to create a video like that soon. Once again guys, thank you so much for all your support. Honestly, it means the world to me. Please do like this video and also follow me on my social medias if you're not already. And if you have never subscribed to me before, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, please do. I would love to have you. And until then, on my next video, I will see you next time. See you later.
Respect!